Hi, my name is Tim Robertson and you're watching MyMac.com video review. Today we're reviewing two separate products, although two of them are almost identical mice, but they are two separate products. The first is from Logitech. It's called the Cordless Freedom Optical, and it consists of a wireless mouse and a wireless keyboard, and they both connect to the computer via an RF pickup. This is a nice little unit altogether. The price is $99.95, which really isn't that expensive when you figure you're getting both a cordless keyboard that has a multitude of functionality, as well as a 4-button mouse. Unfortunately, the mouse is only for right-handed people. They don't make a left-handed version of this mouse, and I kind of don't like that. But regardless, this is a very comfortable mouse. The corded mouse that we're going to review in just a moment is the Mouseman Dual Optical for $49.95. It's identical to this one, except it has dual optical pickups and a cord. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's start here with the Cordless Freedom Optical. As I said, it connects to the computer via wireless RF signal, multi-channel digital radio technology with secure encryption. It's quite a mouthful. You can use this both on a PC and a Mac. It comes with a USB connector as well as a PS2 connector. Both the mouse and the keyboard, being cordless, require batteries to use. Real easy to change the batteries, and the batteries tend to last quite a long time. I've used both of these now for roughly about 30 days, and the battery is just as strong, as it seems anyways, as it was when I first started my review. The mouse itself takes two batteries, two AA batteries, and it goes into the bottom of the mouse. Very easy to change. And it's kind of heavy with the batteries in it, I've noticed. It's probably the heaviest mouse I've ever picked up, but of course it's going to be sitting on your desk, so you're not going to lift it a lot. The keyboard itself takes 4 batteries, and those are underneath. I have to turn it upside down. And let's see how easy this is to get in and out. Pretty simple. 4 batteries in a row right here. And these are the original batteries that ship with the unit, and after 30 days it's still going strong. I haven't had to change the batteries yet. Let's start with the keyboard here. This is a great keyboard. I also have the wrist pad attached to it. This comes separate in the box. You don't have to use it. I found that it works quite well in there. Let's see if I can take it off. You can see that it's not, you got to push in these hard plastic tabs to get it out, and not real difficult. My thumb hurts a little bit from trying to push in these very, very hard plastic pieces to get it out, but you can get it out. So that's what it looks like by itself. Like I said, it has a lot of functionality. It's a regular full-size keyboard with a number pad on the side. It's got a lot of customizable buttons. You're going to download, I only tested this with macOS 10.2, but you're going to have to download new drivers before you actually use this. The shipping drivers, at least when I got it, and up to this date I'm sure, are incompatible with 10.2, so you're going to want to update the drivers before you even hook this up. So go to Logitech.com, download the drivers for the Cordless Freedom Optical, install it. It's going to show up right in your control panels. Turn off the machine, hook this up, turn it back on, you're ready to rock. One of the nice features of this, it has CD controls right up here at the top. This is a beautiful keyboard, by the way. I really do like the look of the keyboard. The CD controls are front and back, pause, play, and stop, which is quite nice. And it has a nice volume control up here as well. A mute. And I don't know what the media button is for, but you could customize it to do anything you want. You can click that and it launches iTunes. You also have more buttons on either side that you can customize. You have iTouch, email, shopping, search, and My Home. For instance, when I hit My Home, it took me to MyMac.com. iTouch, I had launch, iPhoto, and you get the idea. On this side, it has Finance, My Sites, Community, Favorites, and that's it. You also have a scroll wheel over here on the side. I never used it. My hand's always on the mouse, and it has a scroll wheel, so it's kind of overkill. I suppose if you're going to keep your left hand on the keyboard at all times, which most people do if your right hand is on the mouse. The scroll wheel is pretty handy right there. You also have a couple of programmable buttons here as well. For typing and internet work, this was a great keyboard. I didn't find any real problems with it. No sticky keys, nothing like that. It worked real well. It's a well put together keyboard. It does have the small legs on the back, so you can flip these up to raise up the back of the keyboard. And I like this keyboard. The Cordless Freedom Optical, again, is going to unclutter your desk somewhat. I believe they have different colors now. One, I could be mistaken, but I do believe that this comes in other than black and silver, one that's going to more match an iMac look. I really like the look of this, though. I think it's very high-tech, very futuristic, if you want to say that. And again, it connects via a multi-channel digital radio technology with secure encryption. So I guess if your neighbor's got one, he can't sit in the window and click stuff on your computer. The mouse itself is a 4-button mouse. It does have a, this is the optical, it does have a thumb button, a scroll wheel, which is also a button, as well as left and right buttons on the mouse itself. I really like this mouse, except, like I said earlier, it only comes in the right-hand variety. It does not come in the left-hand variety. So, I don't know if Logitech has a left-hand mouse planned or not. I hope they do. I don't like the fact that only right-hand users can use this mouse. But it's an okay mouse. It does weigh a little bit with the batteries in it. I would have to give this only a 3 out of 5 rating. Let me tell you why. And it really has more to do with the mouse than with the keyboard. The keyboard worked fantastic. What I don't like about the mouse, it's not as accurate as I need. I am manipulating graphics pretty much on a daily basis, and not just for mymac.com, but in my full-time job at a graphic studio where I'm the IT manager. So I'm working with very fine detailed graphics, getting into Photoshop, blowing things up at 500% and literally getting into moving pixels. I found that when I'm trying to get real detail work done and I need my cursor on the screen super accurate, this wasn't it. I had a tendency to work a little harder than I should to select what I needed with this mouse. I don't think it's the mouse itself. I think it has more to do with that it's cordless, and so there's a delay there. So I'm only going to give this a 3 out of 5 rating. If you're not doing a lot of heavy graphic work, you'd probably give it a lot better rating than that. And it's not a bad price, $99.95. What else we're going to look at today is the Mouseman Dual Optical. It's identical to the cordless mouse, except this is a dual optical pickup. In other words, it has 2 lasers in the bottom, whereas the Apple mouse and the cordless mouse up here only has 1. Does the dual laser technology make any difference? I gotta say, yeah. This is the most accurate mouse I have ever used. It is also, being a right-hand person myself, the most comfortable mouse I've ever used. A lot of people like the Microsoft cordless mouse. I found that a little bit too big for me. The Logitech Mouseman Dual Optical, this fit my hand perfect. Of course, this is not cordless, so you have your USB cable. It also comes with an adapter, so if you have a PC and you want to use this on your PC, you plug the PS2 adapter onto the USB cord, and it plugs right into your Dell or your Gateway or whatever else you got, and it works great. Like the Cordless Optical Freedom, there are software drivers that you install on your computer that shows up under a Logitech control panel, and you can customize the different buttons. It does have a thumb button, which I actually use to launch my email program. The scroll wheel itself is a button, and then you have your left and your right buttons on the mouse. I really dig this mouse. I think it's really cool. It doesn't match my computer at all, but you know, I don't really care about that. It fits well in my hand. It works really well. I think it's a great mouse. I really do. I think you will be happy with it. The price is $49.95. I've seen it cheaper a few different places. It has 2 800 DPI optical sensors on the bottom of it. And like I said, this is This has replaced the Apple mouse. I always use the Apple mouse. I found, even though it's a one-button mouse, I always like the Apple. It just fit my hand real good and it looked really cool, and my kids love the way the red glow would come up through the mouse. This has become my standard mouse now. I plan on purchasing another one of these to use on my work G4 as well as my G4 here at home. So if you're looking for a new mouse, or maybe even a mouse and a keyboard, 3 out of 5 rating. I'm giving the Cordless Freedom Optical, and I'm giving the Mouseman Dual Optical a perfect 5 out of 5 rating. Fantastic mouse. You're going to be real happy with it. Thanks for watching MyMag.com video review once again.